the same way. I want you to go through the motions of actually writing this things on the side. You can use abbreviations. You don't have to write the whole thing. But remember, we're gonna start with charges, allowed amounts, deductible, co-insurance, co-payments. I always add adjustment, but adjustment could be one of the questions. Okay. Now, the story goes, depending on what they're actually saying, but usually it's a question that talks about some charges, some adjustment, some deductible, and we said that we could start with putting charges as usually the bigger number. So whatever the number is the biggest, you can start. It could be any number. It could be $2-3 or a couple of dollars to a couple of $1,000. Usually in the exam they're gonna ask you around thousands of dollars just to make the numbers bigger, and maybe you're not going to understand them, but small numbers, big numbers, at the end of the day, it's the same. So let's start with an example that could be something like $500. So charges are going to be $500. The allowed amount, or the medical allowable amount, we're going to make it $300. We're going to start with deductible and co-payment being 0 for the first few. And then let's change it up a little bit. Let's do a 75-25 co-insurance. So question number 1 could be, what is the adjustment? No, Junior, it's working. Okay, perfect, no problem. So the first question will be to figure out what the adjustment is, and you need to remember what is the formula for adjustment. The formula for adjustment is adjustment equals charges minus allowed amount. You put in those things. Charges is 500 minus 300, that is allowed amount. Your adjustment equals $200. Okay. Not super complicated. That could be a question on your exam. Okay. Nothing else. What is the adjustment for this case? The problem is that all of this information is going to be embedded inside a question. Second part of it could be, what is, can I do this? I see what happens here. No, that's not what I want. I can do it here. Okay. The second part of the question will be, what is the payment for the insurance? So like this. So insurance, how much the insurance is going to pay? That looks horrible.
Professor, the first one that we did, I know you did it pretty fast. I think I zoomed in too much. I was missing the numbers you were putting in. What did we look for the first solution I'm looking at right now?
Adjustment.
Adjustment. Okay.
Yes. The adjustment is going to be the formula for adjustment is going to be charges minus allowed amount.
Yes, I have it. So when we do an adjustment, it's charges minus allowed amount.
Correct.
Okay.
And just a simple a number minus a number. Now, the next thing will be, let me see if I could move this a little bit. How do I move this? With this? See? Yes, exactly like this. Perfect.
Charges minus, shoot. Let me write out.
Now, the next one will be the insurance payment. For the insurance payment, so the insurance is going to be the allowed amount minus deductible, and then the whole thing will be multiplied by, in this case, it's 75% because it's the percentage.
We're focused, right? On the show. I mean, I manage, but
Allowed amount minus deductible times 75%. And then we are going to input the numbers. So allowed amount is going to be $300. There's no deductible, so we're going to do minus 0. And then that times 75%. And the answer of that will be 300 times 75%. And then we get, let me see if I could show you guys. I can't. I cannot show you. Anyway, $300 times 75%, we have $225. So $225. That will be the payment for the insurance. The other question that they can ask you, what is the payment for the patient? So let's write it right here. The patient will pay, and the one for the patient is a little bit longer, is allowed amount minus deductible. And then in this example, it's 25, so we're going to multiply it times 25%. And we are going to add deductible and add copay. So as we do this, we just change or input the numbers. Allowed amount is $300 minus 0, that is the deductible. All of that multiply times 25. And then we're going to add deductible and copayment, that in this case, both of them are 0, so nothing. And then we have 300 times 25%. Don't forget to put percentage here. Okay, 25 divided by 75. So now we will have $75. So the payment by the insurance company is going to be $225. The payment by the patient is going to be $75, and the adjustment is going to be $200. If you add, and again, this is a way that you could check, if you add the insurance payment plus the patient payment plus the adjustment, you should get charges. Nobody's going to ask you that, but it's a way that you could use to check. So that's why I like just to mention it. So every time you get a question, you're going to have any of those 3 questions. What is an adjustment? What is the insurance payment? Or what is the patient's payment? A few specific things that can happen. Let me can I use another page? We can always go to another page, I think. Yes. So one of the things that can happen is that I can say charges, allowed amount. I can say deductible. Co-insurance. Okay. And then adjustments. Okay. So what if I say that charges are $400, and I say that our amount is $400, and I say that deductible is 0 for this example, co-payment is 0. I say co-insurance is 70 now, 70, 30. And ask the same three questions. What are those three questions? Well, the three questions are gonna be, what is the adjustment? What is the payment for the patient and payment for the insurance? So the number one is adjustment. So adjustment, we said that adjustment is right here on the bottom. I do not see the screens. Anybody else does not see the screen? Let's see.
I see it, but once you start writing, sometimes it gets bigger and it just like
It gets
disappears.
weird, right? I think I want to do it in the other. I can try in the other one. What is that nope? Jarieli, you saying that you can see it or you cannot see it?
Because it's like,
I don't see it. Oh, wait. Let's change it then.
I see the screen, but I'm just saying the old one that you were doing. I don't see the new one, like with the new numbers.
Let's do it in one of these ones that is a lot better. I can eliminate all this crap from here in the bottom. I don't have to eliminate it. I can just do this. Actually, this one writes better, so. Okay, what about now? You see a white screen, really big white screen?
white screen. Let's start writing so we see.
Okay, so let me see, let me start writing. And the problem with this one is that this one, I'll have to erase it. It's not a problem, but then I wanted to keep it just in case for the people that got here a little bit later. But anyways, okay. So I was saying, or I was trying to write an example that looked like this. So I said, what about if I have charges? See, this one writes a lot better. I said a lot of amounts. I said deductible. I said for insurance. I said copay. And lastly, an adjustment. And I said, let's do $400. $400. 0 for deductible, 0 for copayment, and a 70/30 insurance. Okay. Question number one. Okay, quick question before I keep saying things. Do you see my screen and you see me writing and it's everything's
this is better.
Better. I agree. Okay. So it says, okay, Michelle, yes, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so adjustment. We know the formula for adjustment. Let me just do it here. Adjustment is going to be what? It's going to be charges minus allowed amount. Okay, excellent. Someone put down already. No adjustment. Yeah, so it's 400 minus 400. That gives you an adjustment of 0, so no adjustment.
0.
Okay, that could be a question on the exam. So the question on the exam on adjustment could be, what is the adjustment? And the adjustment could be something or it could be nothing. Okay, so don't be surprised if you get the same charge and the same allowed, and then when you do the calculation, it's 0. That can happen. Yeah. The other thing is, it's a number, bigger charges than allowed, and then you get a specific number. It will never be backwards. It will never be charges less than allowed, because that's wrong, and they will never ask it like that. But that will be asking less money than what you're supposed to. So nobody should do that. Now let's continue with the other question that could happen from this example. So how much is the patient going to pay, or how much the insurance is going to pay? Okay, whatever you want. So let's try patient first. Even though we just flipping it, it's kind of the same thing. Doesn't matter the order. Allowed amount for the patient minus deductible. times, in this case, is 30. So we're going to do 30%. And then plus deductible plus copay. And then we go, put the numbers in, 400 minus 0, everything in parentheses. And then you go times 30%. And then plus nothing, plus nothing. And you get whatever it is, 400 times 30%. Okay, and the answer is B. I don't know why I cannot put a calculator here like I wanted. Just to show you, but 400 times 30%. It says that is 120. Okay, there you go. Thank you, thank you. So now we have an answer number 1. Adjustment is 0, and the patient pays 120. If the question asks how much the insurance is going to pay, then you go and write the whole thing. Allowed amount minus deductible, and then times 70% now, and nothing else. So now you put in the numbers, 400 minus 0, everything inside parentheses, 70%, and then you get whatever that is. That should be like 280. There you go. Thank you for the 280. 280. Yes, no, maybe. So far, so good. How are you feeling? Yeah, I get yes, I got it. Excellent. Now, every time we do one of these ones, I want you to actually go and write the whole thing, okay? It's taking us a couple of minutes to do the whole thing because we're doing it, number 1, we're doing it really slow. And number 2, we're doing all of them. We're doing patient responsibility, insurance responsibility, and the adjustment. In the exam, you will have to do only one, okay, per example. So if the example has all the numbers and whatever, they're going to ask you only one. What is the patient responsibility? What is the adjustment? Or what is the insurance responsibility? You will never get a question that will ask you like 3, 4 things at the same time. One question, it will be one of those. So far, we've done what could happen with the co-insurance.
Sorry, with the patient pay, when it came to the 400 minus the 30%, I know we did there, we did the $0, which is the copay. And what is next to the copay?
Deductible.
And this, I'm on the second line.
That's a 0 for deductible.
For the deductible. And what is after the copay? Oh, that's the deductible as well?
That's 0 for deductible. That's 0 for copayment. On the top, that's the D for deductible, and they should say copay.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So I already told you that it could be a little trick with the charges and the allowed amount. If they're the same, it will be 0, or it could be any number, but it doesn't matter. The next thing that I'll show is the examples on co-payments. I'm going to erase the whole thing. Has everyone finished writing? If you are writing or anyone has more time,
I'm writing the last one. Give me one second.
So let me know when most of you are complete, so you can continue. But now I'm going to show you what the other sections are, deductible and copay. Before we go to that, we're going to focus on co-insurance. And what are the examples for co-insurance? So let me know when you have it, when you complete it.
Done.
And so, anybody else writing still? Okay, so I'm gonna erase the whole thing. Okay, yeah. Let's again, like every single part, we're gonna start the same way. We're gonna write things down. C for charges, A for allowed amount, deductible, for insurance, for payments, and adjustments. Okay. Now, for the sake of this few examples, still the deductible is gonna be 0, copayment is gonna be 0. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you what are the examples for co-insurance. So just think about here. Co-insurance could be 90-10, 80-20, 70-30. Every combination gives you 100. 75-25, whatever. 60-40, I don't care, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But there's one that is not here. That's gonna be all the way on the top. It's gonna be 100% 0. Or we call that maximum. So whenever you see that the insurance pays at a maximum rate, it means that the insurance pays 100% and the patient pays nothing. Okay? So I'm going to show you an example now of just that. So let's go. Charges. Let's do this. Why am I doing the whole thing? If I have it here. Let me just erase this. Okay, it's faster. Okay. So charges. Pick whatever. Let's do 200. Allowed amount. Let's do it 800. Deductible 0. Co-insurance is max. So co-insurance is gonna be max. Let's start with the adjustment. How much is the adjustment? Well, you remember, adjustment is going to be charges minus allowed amount. And they give you an adjustment or $400. Yes. So the adjustment, $400. Excellent. Second part of the question could be how much the patient pays, how much the insurance pays. So let's do the insurance first. Insurance is going to pay allowed amount minus deductible times percentage. This percentage is max, so it's 100%. So allowed amount is $800.
Deductible is $0.
Deductible, you go, 100%. I'm writing the whole thing. You don't have to, but it's just, so it's 800. This is kind of like when you're in high school, show your work, 100%, and 800. Okay?
Why do you put the 100%?
What do you mean, why do I put 100%?
So is that the allowed amount? I know it's the 800, 808, the number 800, but the 100, is it because it's they'll pay the full percentage?
Because maximum means 100%.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant to say, because they pay the 100% maximum.
Correct.
Okay.
So they pay 100% of the thing, and the patient pays nothing.
Got it.
Like in this case, if here you say instead of maximum, say like 80-20, then instead of that 100, I will put the 80 right there. So that's why I'm putting the 100 there. And see if this makes sense now. Like this, okay, 800. Okay, excellent. So now the second part, or the other part of the question might say, how much is the patient going to pay? And you remember, you will go allowed
amount and deductible.
Minus deductible. Okay. The whole thing times what percentage now? 0.
0.
So you could stop there, or you can say, oh, no problem. That plus deductible plus copay. And then when you go, and you put copay, so you don't think it's charges. And then when you go and you do, okay, 800 minus 0 times 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0. Because as soon as you multiply something times 0, it's going to give you 0. But you already knew that because it said the insurance is going to pay maximum. The insurance is going to pay the whole thing. So if you see a question that says insurance is going to pay maximum, you know that the insurance is going to pay the whole thing and the patient pays nothing. So if the question says how much the patient should pay, then you say nothing. Now, don't be confused and think that just because it says 100%, say I don't have to calculate anything. It's $800 only if the deductible it's 0. If the deductible is not 0, then it won't be the exact number as the allowed amount. In this specific example, I'll do this in different colors just for fun. The allowed amount and the payment is the same, but as only as the deductible is 0. If the deductible is not 0, then you have to, whatever that deductible is, subtract it from here, and that will give you a different result. Okay, so one step at a time. Charges and allowed amount are different, then you subtract them and you're gonna get the adjustment. If the charges and the allowed amount are the same, you subtract them, it's gonna give you 0. So adjustment will be 0. In the case that the patient, the insurance covers at a maximum, it will be 100% of the allowed amount minus the deductible. If the deductible is 0, then allowed amount will be the exact number as the payment for the insurance. If the allowed amount is not 0, and that's what we're gonna do now, then it's gonna be a different number. Okay, understood on that one? Well, if not, doesn't matter because we're gonna kind of do it again. Okay? So I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna use the same numbers. We're gonna pay at a maximum. We're gonna use $1,000. We're gonna use $800. We're gonna use the same adjustment, so we don't have to calculate the adjustment again. But I'm gonna change just one thing just to show you what happens or what could happen. So now I say, okay, so insurance, let's do it in black so we can actually see it. Insurance is going to pay how much? Oh, amount minus, let's put a deductible, let's put a $100 deductible. Allowed amount minus deductible, and it pays at a maximum, so 100%. Okay? Now what happens? You take the numbers and you plug it in the question, $800 for allowed amount, and now it says deductible $100. So you go minus $100 times 100%. So now you get $700 times 100%, and you get $700. So before it was $800. Before, because the deductible was 0, the payment, okay, was the same as the allowed amount. Here it's not. But that also changes the patient payment, because the payment is 100% of the allowed amount minus deductible. But for the patient, if you remember the whole thing, and again, this is why I always want you to go through the motions and do it the whole thing, the patient is going to pay allowed amount minus deductible, okay, times 0. Okay, perfect. So the whole thing will be 0. What is going to be plus deductible plus copay. So now when you try to do that, you go allowed amount, 800, minus the deductible, well, 700. I mean, minus 100. So I messed it up. Perfect. Okay. Or better. Minus 100 times 0%. Okay. But then plus deductible, and deductible is $100. Co-payment is also 0. So let's put co-payment 0. And now you have 800 minus 100 is $700. times, it looks like a 6, times 0 plus 100. 700 times 0 is 0 plus 100 equals 100. So in the previous one, because there was no deductible, the patient paid nothing. But because in this one we have a deductible, the patient pays $100. If the patient had a co-payment, then you have to add whatever that co-payment is. In this case, co-payment here is 0. But if co-payment was anything, then you have to add it to that one. So the patient responsibility in this example, where the deductible was $100 and the co-insurance pays at a maximum, is $100. If the deductible were to be anything else, then it will change to whatever it is. So I show you a few things already. Now let's do a normal one without deductible and an 80/20, and then they start adding deductible and co-payment to it. This one, understood? Yes or no? Yeah, I see a few yeses. Again, I'm giving you this. I'm explaining every single one of them. By the time we finish this class, you should have seen every single option of question that you can get on the exam. Everyone. Okay. I know some people are writing. Let me know if you're done, so we can move to something else. Your silence will be interpreted as that you're done. So I'm gonna erase it and then hear the screams of someone that hasn't finished. Nothing? Okay. Another one. Charges, allowed amount, deductible. Why did I put deductible? For insurance. I did it backwards just to show you that properly. I can do it like this. For insurance, co-pay, and like this. Charges, let's keep going up. This is gonna be $2,000. Allowed amount is gonna be 1,800. Deductible is going to be $500. For insurance is going to be 80/20. Zero co-payment for now. Let's start with the first part. Adjustment. How much is adjustment? Well, adjustment is gonna be charges minus allowed amount. Adjustment is gonna be $2,000 minus equals $200. Okay, simple adjustment. Answer $2,000. I'm writing it because I'm trying, for you guys to learn it, and but as you get better at this, you don't have, okay, these first two numbers, one minus the other one, simple. Then let's do insurance payment. Insurance payment is going to be allowed amount minus deductible, and the whole thing times the percentage. In this case, is 80% that the insurance is going to pay. So we go and we do 1,800 minus 500, and the whole thing times 80%. Now let's try this real quick. This should be what, 13 times 80%. My calculator people, try it real quick. I look like a 6, but it's an 80, what I meant to put there. So 13 times, that was 1040. And there's your answer. This looks like a 0. There you go. That's your answer. Anyone? Are you still there? Am I not on mute? Okay, good. Now, the next part will be how much a patient is going to pay. So patient is going to pay, you put the thing down, the formula down, allowed amount minus deductible times, now remember, it's that 20%. And then the whole thing plus deductible plus copay. So you plug in the numbers, and we have the same 800 minus the deductible of 500 times 20%. Then the whole thing plus the deductible that we said that was $500 and plus 0 of copayment. So we go, it's 13 times 2%, whatever that is, plus $500. So we go, and we do it. 1300 times 20% is 260. So this is equals to 60 plus 5. So the answer for that last one will be 760. Yes, no, or maybe. I'm taking notes. Excellent. Yes, this is what I want. I want you to write them down. Even the writing it down and not understanding it will help you understand them. But you can always review it later. Let me know when you are done writing. Anybody else writing? Good. Okay. Excellent. So let's do this. So we did now deductible and 80/20. So now we're gonna add another little thing to it. Okay, so it might say something like this. So we have charge, we have allowed amount, we have deductible, we have co-insurance, we have co-payments, and we have adjustments. Charges is make it smaller now, 250, 175. Now deductible says the patient has paid $300 out of a $500 deductible. So it's saying that the deductible was $500 and the patient paid $300 of it. So your deductible now is going to be $200. So in the example, it's telling you that what was the deductible first, and that the patient has already paid something towards it. So whenever that happens, you have to say, okay, so the deductible was 500, but the patient already paid or satisfied $300 of it. So the deductible that you're going to use in the calculation is going to be this one, the one that you just calculated, 500 minus 300. Then you get co-insurance. Let's make it 70/30. Let's still not having no co-payment, and then let's calculate the adjustment. So the only thing that changed now is that now instead of saying you have a deductible of $200, I'm telling you that the patient has a deductible of $500, but they already paid $300, and that's for you to calculate what the actual remaining deductible is, and in this case is $200. After you calculate the deductible, you don't need the rest of the information, the one that you already use, for nothing. Okay, you're gonna use only the one that you have, and now you do it normally. You go to your adjustment, and your adjustment is like always, charges minus all amount, and then charges are gonna be 250 minus what is that? 75, 175. So adjustments are gonna be 75. Yes, no, or maybe. That part is simple. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now let's do who's gonna pay the insurance. For the insurance, we have the same amount minus deductible times, in this case, it's 70%. And that's it. Plug in the numbers, and the numbers are gonna be 250 minus the $200 deductible times 70. Okay. Now you have 250 minus 200 is $50 or 50 times 70. And that is going to be so wait, it says 175. Okay. So now what? It means that the insurance company cannot pay a negative number, so minus 25. So that means that the insurance company is not going to pay anything, okay? Because as soon as you get that the patient owes more than what the allowed amount is, then the insurance does not have to pay anything. You have to make that number to be 0 in order for the insurance to pay. So in this case, the insurance pays nothing. Let's see, how much does the patient has to pay? Well, the patient has to pay a lot amount minus deductible, 30% of that, plus deductible, plus copay. Okay? So you do your calculation, and this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna have the 175 minus the deductible, that is 200. You have the same problem now. Okay? So what are you gonna do? Okay? You're gonna pay the deductible. And the deductible in this case, it's more than what you need to pay. So you can do the calculation completely. And you put 200 of the deductible plus 0 copayment here. Why is it not letting me do it? This is 0 here. And then you go, okay, so minus 25. And then times the 30 times whatever. And then that plus the deductible. the service paid yet by the deductible. So at the end, you owe that times 30, right? Plus the deductible, but you're not gonna pay more of the deductible of what it is. So the patient in this case is gonna pay the allowed amount from the deductible, and that will be 175. But whenever you get negative numbers, the insurance is not gonna pay anything. If you get negative numbers here, the patient is going to pay the complete allowed amount from the deductible. Yes or no? That kind of gets complicated. We can do another one of those now. Anyone confused from that one? Simple. If you start your calculations and you see negative numbers, the insurance will not pay negative numbers, and the patient will pay whatever the deductible, whatever the allowed amount is from the deductible. So now, next time the patient comes, they already paid that 175 from the deductible. So next time, they only owe $25 of deductible. Let's do that example now. So next time, let me see if I can erase all of this without getting everything else out. Next time, we're gonna say, okay, so the patient paid on the first or second visit, they paid those $300 of the deductible, and now they paid 175 more. So now you're gonna say that the patient paid 475 of the deductible. That was $500. So the patient has only a $25 deductible. And now let's say it's the same visit. Remember, after that, you do not need this number anymore. But not to erase it, my friend, not to erase it. Not like it like that, that's pretty. 75. Okay, so you don't need this anymore. And now you go and do your calculations. When you do your calculations, you know the insurance is going to pay, let's get it right this time, 175 minus the deductible, that is $25, times the percentage, that is 7%. Okay, now you have 175 minus 125, it's 150, and then times 70%. You calculate 70%, it didn't give you a negative now because you already passed or paid the deductible. So 150 times 70 is 105. So the insurance pays 105. Yes, so now the new deductible for the future service is going to be 25. But after this one, it will probably be paid. So let's see what the patient has to pay. So the patient now pays, again, allowed amount. The allowed amount is 175 minus the deductible, that is $25, times 30, that is the percentage that the patient has to pay, plus deductible, 25, and then plus 0 for copayment. So now you go, 175 is 150, and 30% of that, and then the whole thing, plus 25. So you go 150 times 30 is $45. So now you have 45 plus deductible of 25, you have $70. And again, if you want to make sure that you did it correctly, you could do this. You could say payment from the patient and payment from the insurance company. If you put them together, they should be the allowed amount. And 105 plus 70 is 175. We were correct. Yes, no. Are we getting this? It's kind of getting a little bit more confusing, a little bit more detailed, but that's one more that's gonna be a little bit more difficult than this one. Easy, I like it. Here, perfect. For the people that are writing down, please let me know when you're done writing it. Are we done writing? I'm gonna erase it and go to the next one.
Almost.
Almost. Okay. So yes, memorize the formula and you're good. Anybody else writing down? Okay, done. Next thing will be to add co-payment. Okay. So now we're gonna have kind of the same thing, but just at the end, we need to remember to add the co-payment. Hello. Yeah, we have 14 people now. I see all of you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I'm gonna erase and I'll start over to another one. But this next one, we're gonna add co-payment. So now we're gonna have charges, a lot of amounts, deductibles. Yes, no problem. Co-insurance, co-payment, and adjustments. Now we're gonna have all of the things. We're gonna have charges. Let's make charges $300. Let's make a lot amount $600. Let's make the deductible 200. Let's make the co-insurance 90/10, something that I haven't done. And let's make the co-payment 50. First, adjustment. Remember, what is the formula for adjustment? Charges minus allowed amount. And plug in the numbers. Charges 800. Allowed amount 600. And adjustment is going to be 200. Okay, simple enough. Let's go for insurance payment. Insurance payment is going to be allowed amount minus deductible times, in this case, 90%. Then we're gonna go plug in the numbers. Allowed amount 600 minus 200 of deductible times 90%. We're gonna have $400 here times 90%. That should be 360. What do you put in the chat? Yes, 360. Good. Thank you for helping. So the insurance pays $360. How much is the patient going to pay? Well, the patient is going to pay allowed amount minus deductible times 10% plus deductible plus co-payment. Plug in the numbers. Allowed amount 600, deductible 200 times 10%. The other one the patient is going to pay, plus deductible of 200 again. Gonna go here, and then co-payment. We said that was $50. So now we go 600 minus 200 is $400 times 10%. And the whole thing, that's why we double parentheses, plus 250, so 250, right? So now we go, what is the 400, that's 10% of 400? So it should be $40 plus 250. So the patient pays $290. And some people put it there. Perfect. Excellent. 290. Now, can the patient pay more than the insurance? Yes. If the patient has not covered their deductible and the price for the deductible and the other thing is kind of close, and the co-payment is high, yes. So your three answers are going to be adjustment $200, insurance is going to pay $360, and the patient is going to pay $290. Yes? Oh, there's something wrong, right? Or no? I said that if you take this, it's right, but I said that if you take this, and you take this, and you add it, you should get this, right? Well, that's only when you do not have co-payment, okay? Because now, the co-payment is added to that number, okay? So if you take out so this and this minus, you can do minus the co-payments, then it will be that. So what I'm saying is that the patient will pay the whatever they need for the allowed amount plus the deductible plus their co-payment. So patient pays three things: a percentage of the allowed amount, their deductible, and their co-payment. How are we doing so far? How are we doing so far? Good, Monique. Good, Mirta. Andrea, good. Vanessa, I don't know if that's good or praying for forgiveness because you can't get it. I know Frank is answering. I know. I was joking. I know Frank is giving me the answers, and So that's good. Yaeli, also good. Liz, you just got here, so kind of you need to make sure. Let's see who else. What about Nisha? Sanisha, what about you? Kamika, what about you? Martha, what about you? I haven't seen any. Parker, what about you? Martha, yes.
I'm
Michelle,
good.
good. Kamika, good. Who else? Who else? Arieli, maybe? No answer, no nothing here. Want to make sure that most of you are good. If you are not, that's okay. You can tell me that you're not good. Oh, good, thank you. If you're not good, that's okay. We're gonna keep doing this. Okay. So this one is the second to last most difficult example. It's not gonna get a lot more difficult than this. The next one will be the same thing, but it will tell you that you paid some of the deductible, and then you have to do that extra calculation. So I'm gonna go again and do another one. Okay, so charge it. Not color people, color you can't see that. Charges, odd amounts, deductible, co-insurance, co-payments, and adjustments. Okay. I'm gonna say that the charges are gonna be some astronomical thing. Let's make it $10,000 surgery. The insurance is going to pay only $6,000, or the other amount is only $6,000. The patient has a deductible of $1,000, but they already paid. They already paid for let's do $400. So they already paid $400. So that's minus. Did I say it right? They already paid $600. Okay. So that means that you have to do that calculation. $1,000 minus 600, 400. And then again, I'm gonna keep using different colors. You don't do that, and you don't need that anymore, and you continue the same way. Let's do the co-insurance for this one. 60/40. Let's do the co-payment because it's a surgery. Let's make that co-payment a whopping $750. And let's start. Adjustments. I'm back to writing the whole thing. So I know some people are getting a little bit late. But getting to the habit of writing it with me, writing the whole thing. So you memorize. I can't remember who was the one that said that you need to memorize the formula. Memorize them. I want to write them. Every time we do it, we're gonna write them down. So charges minus all amounts.
In this case, the patient pay more than insured.
$4,000. And don't be surprised that because that could happen. Okay. Again, when the co-insurance is close to one to the other, when the copayment is high or the deductible is high, the patient can pay more. So now let's do insurance first. Like always, I'm gonna write it down. Allowed amount minus deductible times the co-insurance. The co-insurance in this case for the insurance is 60, so 60%. Okay. So insurance is going to pay $6,000 minus the deductible that is going to be $400. And then 60% of that. So this is 5600 times 60%. Again, my people with a calculator, you do 5600 times 60%. 3360. Yes, is that everyone's answer? If I got it wrong, let me know. Sometimes I do it really fast. Okay. Now let's see the patient now. Patient has to pay what? Well, patient has to pay a lot amount minus deductible. And then the whole thing is going to be times, in this case, is 40%. Okay. And then we're going to do plus deductible plus copay. The patient is going to pay $6,000 minus $400 times 40%. And then the whole thing plus deductible, $400, plus co-payment of $750. I got big fingers and they don't fit here. Jesus Christ. Oops, there you go. Now, 5600 times 40% plus all the whole thing is 400 and 750. So 400 750 is 115. Okay, so 11. Thank you. And now we're gonna do the other one. That is 5600 times 40%. That will be 2240 plus 1150. 3,309. So 3390. Yes, there you go. Now look what happened. The patient paid more than the insurance company. Is that a crime? No. Is that something unusual? No. Actually, the higher the deductible, the more the patient will pay. So now next time that 400 is paid already because the patient paid for it. The patient already paid for it here. So next time the deductible for that patient will be 0. It's covered, it's met. So when we say, has the patient met their deductible? Have they paid their deductible? Yes, no, or maybe. This is the hardest math question that you will have on the entire exam. Not that you're gonna have one like this one. You might have one like this one, or one of the other ones that I show you. You're gonna have like around 15 of them. But the most complicated one will be one like this one. That is like slightly bigger numbers, like in the thousands. That the deductible, it will tell you that they have paid some part of whatever the deductible is. So you need to know that you need to calculate that deductible first. It will have a co-insurance that is close to the patient and the insurance kind of close, so 60/40, a high co-payment, and then, a little bit of calculation. Yes or no?
Got it.
I told you it's gonna get a little bit crazy.
Teacher,
Go ahead.
okay, but in this case, when you said that a way of verifying if it's okay, if it's the figures are okay, we can double check, like
Okay, so the way you
the
will
insurance.
double check, the way
Uh-huh.
you double check will be to take the number for what the insurance company is going to pay and what the patient is going to pay without the deductible and the co-payment. And if you add those two, it should give you the allowed amount.
But it's 6,800.
Is it what?
6,800. If you
No, if you add both. But if you add, let's try it, 3,360 and
3,390.
50-90? No, the 2. Wait, 2 to 40. Yeah, I did it right? Let's see. Let's calculate it again just in case. Also, yeah, but it's allowed amount minus deductible. So yeah, okay, got it. So 3,360 plus 2,240.
2 to 40.
Because it's so remember the allowed amount. One part is going to be paid by the patient. The other part is going to be paid by the insurance. So this is going to be paid by the insurance. This is going to be paid by the patient, right?
Oh,
So
yeah, you're right.
what we need is those two numbers, okay? So 3,360 plus 2,240 will give you the allowed amount minus the deductible.
You're right. Yeah.
Because remember, we're always putting minus deductible in both, okay? And then the patient's total will be that same number, 6,000 plus what?
The copay.
The copayment. There you go.
Yeah.
Because now we included the deductible. So that's why there's a way that you could check. I don't want you checking. This is why I just said it at the beginning. I don't really care if you check it that way. I'd rather you check that the math is right, because that's the way that a lot of people will show it to you. You have to you do this, you do that. No, I don't care. Make sure that you plug in the numbers where they go, and you do the math correctly, so you're confident that you got it right. And again, if the number is like really big or really small, you're like, wait, let me check first. And you could check just the math. So I will say, if you want to actually check something, I will do this. Let me erase all the colors. I will go like, okay, when I finish, I will just go ahead and make sure that the numbers are, you can go through what you wrote and you go like, okay, this is allowed amount. Yes. This is deductible. Yes. This is the co-insurance. Yes. Now let's check the math. If this section here, the math is correct. Yes. Now this section here, the math is correct. Yes. Okay. So this number for sure is right. Now you start trying to verify, it will take longer, and you will run into things like this that you will need to understand a lot. I don't really need you to understand a lot of what's happening. I just need you to be able to follow the math in order. And if you can do it, I'm telling you, there's nobody should get any question wrong if they use this method.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good. But those are good questions, because I can tell that you're trying to analyze the information, and that's perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else has a question on that one? Nope. That's it? One nope? I know, here and there. Okay. Now let's do something real quick. I'm gonna put it here just so you can remember. I'm gonna write down the formulas as clean as possible. I'm trying to get like a stylus so it doesn't look as crappy as all the time, but I have too many things here and not freaking stylus thing. But I'll try my best to do it like super clean. I'll give you all time to actually write it. So these are the 3 formulas that you're gonna use. Let's start with the first one. The first one is adjustment. And adjustment is gonna be charges, or charge, minus allowed amount. That's gonna be one of the things that you need to memorize. That's the easiest one. The second one will be insurance payments. Insurance payment is going to be allowed amount minus deductible, and that whole thing multiplied by the co-insurance that has to do with the insurance company. So remember, co-insurance is 80-20. So you pick the 80 for the insurance, you pick the 20 for the patient. That's the second one that you need to memorize. The last one that is memorized will be the patient payment. That will be the allowed amount minus the deductible, and the whole thing times the co-insurance. And again, the co-insurance, that it's part of what the patient is paying. Then we're gonna put a little bracket. This is for the math people. That means that everything that is there, the answer for that, you're gonna add it to deductible, and then you're gonna add that to co-payments. And that's the last one that you need to memorize. I know we've used them a few times, and you probably wrote them a few times, but write them, like, take your time and write them, okay? Clean, try to understand what the things are. The other thing that I want you is to write it, write the way I write it, I write the things down in any order, but this order is kind of the best one. You put the things in order. You put charge, amount, deductible, co-insurance, co-payment, and then adjustment at the bottom. You don't have to put it. So you put it in that order. And the last thing that you need to know is what they're asking. If they're asking adjustment, you can forget about everything else. You just put charge minus allowed, and you don't have to write all the things. So when you read in the question, you go like at the end of the question, we'll tell you what is the adjustment. Then you know that the only things that you need to get from that example is charges minus allowed amount. If it says how much the insurance has to pay, or what is the responsibility for the insurance, or what is the responsibility for the patient, or how much the patient has to pay in order to satisfy these charges, or something like that. It's how much the patient has to pay, or how much the insurance has to pay, then you pick one or the other one. But if it asks what is the insurance payment, that's the only one that you need to check. So in that example, you don't need co-payment, and you don't need charges for how much insurance has to pay. You don't need only allowed amount, deductible, and co-insurance. But if you write them down like I did, you just write them down in order, and that it will make more sense because you already have the things separated. Yes or no? Have everyone had a chance to copy it, take a picture, or whatever you guys are doing to memorize this? Anyone needs a little bit more time? So, yes, okay, thank you, of course, no problem. Let's clear this, let's stop the sharing. And let me show you. Okay, here you go. Okay. Let me share this real quick. And this exercise is an exercise not on answering questions. So, like always, like a super protective dad, I'm going to eliminate things that you're not supposed to see. And we're going to focus on the question. Okay? And then I'm going to use that space to write what? I'm going to write what? I'm going to write charges. Oh, my God, what is that? Okay, here. Charges, allowed amount, okay, deductible, co-insurance, copay, and adjustment. I always write it even though you might not do it. Okay, so now this is what I want you to do. I want you to, let's read the question. I already read this question last time. I don't know if everyone was here, but at least we're gonna read it. And we're gonna take the things that are important. What things are important and where do they go? So it says question number 3 in this case says a patient undergoes an MVA and surgery is performed on a femoral fracture. The hospital bill is 9,300, knowing that the patient has previously satisfied $600 of their $1,000 deductible, not deductibles, and that the patient's insurance consider allowable amount $5,000 with a co-insurance of 80/20. How much would the patient have to pay to settle payment? First thing that I'm going to ask you is, what is the question asking? I want you not to all at the same time.
Is copay?
How much patients have to pay?
How much the patient has to pay, right? It says, how much would the patient have to pay? So that is this formula. The one that says patient, and then amount, minus deductible, okay, times co-insurance, plus deductible, plus copay. Okay, that's the formula. That's the part that you need to know and memorize. Now we need to say, wait, so let's see what the numbers are, okay? So instead of looking at the numbers and then trying to or trying to find the whole thing, just go and read it and read what are the numbers. So I like to do this. I like to say, wait, let me use a different color and let me do this. Okay, so we have this number here. 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 Jesus Christ. Now what? Well, let's say the first one says bills, the hospital bills, 9,300. Those are charges, or a bill or a charge is the same. So whenever it says there's a charge of or there's a bill of, those are charges. So where those go? Those are gonna go on the
Charge.
9300. Then okay, so then now that number, we already used that number, so I forget about that number. I don't look at it anymore. Now I go to the second number. The second number says that the patient has satisfied $600 of $1,000 deductible. So then you go, okay, so those $1,000 is the deductible. That's what it says there. But it says that they already paid. Looks better. Okay, so the deductible was $1,000. Well, the patient already paid $600. So then you calculate it real quick and you say that the deductible is $400.
100.
Excellent. So the 600 is gone, and the 1,000 is gone. Okay. So now we need a few other things. We have a $5,000 that it says allowable. So allowable amount. There's no mystery, no nothing there. Allowable amount, 5,000. Okay. So now we get rid of that. We already used it. The next thing, the other number that we have there is an 80/20 co-insurance. It says co-insurance, so and it says 80/20. You can say 80/20. You can say whatever you want, and it will be co-insurance. But in this case, it's co-insurance of. So easier than that. I don't even know what. So you put 80 and 20. Now that's the last number that we have, and now, as a rule for the exam, not for life, after you go out, the rule for the exam, if it does not say co-payment or deductible, you assume 0. So deductible here, co-payment here, nothing. Okay? And now if you think about it, the adjustment, you don't have to do it. but you could do it. They're not asking you to do it. So again, you can do it if you want. Just in this one, we are going to do it just to practice, but you don't have to do it. So right now, I will say, you know what? I don't have to deal with the adjustment. I won't do it. But again, it's a simple math. You don't have to do all the craziness from before. You can go and do 9,300 minus 5,000 is 4, 3. There you go. Someone wrote it there. Perfect. Thank you. Wrote it there. Does that make sense? Now, but nobody's asking you that. So if you do that in the exam, it's kind of a waste of time because nobody's asking you that. They're asking you how much is the patient's payment. Okay. So let's try it. So now we take the numbers and we put them down. So we have allowed amount $5,000. Deductible, we already calculated that is 400. So minus 400. And the co-insurance, because this is the patient, is going to be 20%. And that same deductible of $400. And nothing else for copayment. So now we do 4600 times 20%. Plus the whole thing plus 400. That is the 92. So 920, I think. And then plus 400. And you calculate the whole thing, and it will give you 1,320. That's an ugly 3. Let me fix it. So 1, 3, 2, 0. And that's your answer. I see in the chat 1320, 1320. Excellent, excellent. 1320. Oh, hey, that's Frank Jr. right there. 1320. Good job, Vanessa. Good. Okay. Now again, open question to all of you. Is this complicated after, of course, after the explanation, after practicing for a couple of hours? Nope. Anyone still thinks that, you know, they need my probably more help or more practice? All of you are gonna get, okay? All of you are gonna get more practice. I like that. You make it seem easy. Thank you. Okay. So if you follow my madness, you will be able to do every single question. This is a type of question that's gonna be on the exam. I'm gonna erase the whole thing. I'm going to move this back.
Can we have the formula with us that day at the test?
No. And that's kind of a tricky one. If you get caught with the formulas written somewhere, bad things can happen. So you need to memorize them. They're not super difficult, so please memorize them.
So even if you walk in and write it down yourself?
Yeah. As soon as they give you a piece of paper, you write it down. Yeah. You can
okay.
Yeah. So you go sit for the exam. They open the exam. They give you a piece of paper and a pen, and you might be in your mind like, okay, adjustment minus, and the guy talking to you, and you're like, just give me the paper. Give me the paper. As soon as they, but the thing is like, no, if we're gonna practice them so much that you should be able to memorize them. They're not super difficult. Okay. So now, kind of the same example as before. We are going to have another one. And again, I'm blocking the possible answers so you don't get confused. And in the exam, sometimes it will be to put in the actual answer. So you have to probably say, okay, so 3210. That's the answer. Or you could have something that looks like this, that they're gonna ask you to pick one or the other one. The thing with this is that scares me is that you can just pick one just because you don't want to do it, and usually you get it wrong. Okay, so what is the I will wait. Wait is read it first and then see what the question is. It says, provider billed Medicare the amount of $600 for a service rendered to a patient who has met their deductible allowable amount of $350 with a coinsurance of $90.10. What is the amount that the patient owed? Okay, so first thing that you need to know is that the question is about the patient. So they just gave you a paper and you write down really fast allowed amount minus deductible times, in this case, it's 10, so the coinsurance, let's put coinsurance here. Then plus deductible, plus copay. And that's it. You go, okay, so charges, allowed amounts, deductible, and then coinsurance, and then copay. I'm gonna write adjustment because it's asking me for adjustment. And then we're gonna select what the numbers are. You have that number, you have this number, you have this number. Okay. And then you go, okay, so charges are what? Charges says provider billed Medicare an amount. So billed or charges is the same. So you should know by now that bill and charges are gonna be $600. Allowed amount is going to be $350. The deductible, there's no number for deductible, so we're gonna stop there for a minute. And then the other number that we have there is 90.10. Okay, but here it says there's how the word deductible is there. It says the patient met their deductible. So if the deductible is met, that means that is a zero. Copayment, there's no copayment, zero. Okay, so now you plug it in, allowed amount, it's gonna be $350 minus nothing of deductible times the coinsurance is gonna be 10 plus 0 plus 0, 350 times 10% equals 35. So the patient pays $35. And I see Christian, Fix Lane, 35. Excellent. Good job. And that's it. That's a question. That one is one of the easiest ones because of these three things. No deductible, no co-payments, and the deductible, you don't have to do the extra deductible. And the numbers were kind of simple, so you can do 350 times 10. You need the calculator for that. That's a question that you can get in the exam, just like that one. But there's a few things that, again, we are going to practice. And we actually, let's look at this. Anyone trying to say something? We good? Oh, okay. Things that you need to kind of have in mind. The words matter. A provider, that is a doctor, that is a hospital, that is anyone that provided the service. So provider is someone that provides a service and they use a CPT code. Okay, they build Medicare. Okay, billed or charge is the same. Medicare, and I said it before, Medicare pays on an 80-20. So this example, that it was not my example, just so you know, is wrong because Medicare should be 80-20, not 90-10. But for the purpose of practicing, that's okay. If you do not have that 90-10 there and it only says Medicare, you have to assume 80-20. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is completely wrong. It's just saying that if we build Medicare, I don't have to tell you that it's 80-20. So in the exam, they can just say a provider billed Medicare, the amount of 600, and with that, you need to know that it's 80-20. But in this case, it tells you that it's 90-10, so you use 90-10. Service rendered, okay, service rendered or service provided is that the CPT code was assigned for something that was done. Met the deductible. If the deductible is met, it means that it should say met, not meet. If the deductible is met, means that is paid already. So they had a deductible. You don't know how much it was, and you don't care because it's already paid for. So when it's already paid for, then you put zero. Allowable amount, you already know that term. And then co-insurance, you already know that term. And then how much the patient owes. In this case, it's just saying that how much if the patient has to pay. And they could rewrite it in many different ways. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing really good in time. Um, I think that this is I'm gonna say this is one of the we are how many we are like 15, 16? You are like 15 students. And this is one of the groups that has gotten this information the fastest, like understood it. And anyone, if anyone does not understand, it really does not matter. You do not. I'm not gonna get mad. I'll get mad if you don't tell me. So I'm gonna ask one by one, just to be crazy. And I'm gonna do it in the order of in the order that you are here in my screen. So Kamika, let's see, Kamika just answered here.
Yes.
Yes. Do you understand? You feel comfortable that you can do this 100 times?
Yep. I was the one that came off mute and said I got.
There you go. There you go. Vanessa. I think Vanessa, did she answer here already? Oh, Vanessa, got it. It's Lane. I think I saw it here.
I got it.
She's giving me the answers already in the chat. So of course, Christian, how are we doing? Yes? No? Christian. Oh,
I'm very good.
I'm good. I'm good.
good. Yarieli. I think Yarieli was the one that also was giving answers all the way here. New message. What did I put? Yes, understood. Yaeli. Yaeli and the Franks are doing good. Yes?
Yes, teacher.
All of you, you're so close, all of you two together. So I'm not gonna ask Frank. Frank, just
Thank
write it
you.
down. Uh, Frank Jr. and Frank Sr. They're giving me answers here and saying yes and yes. Monique.
Yes.
Yes. That wasn't really convincing. Yes, yes, or
No, I got it.
you got it. Okay, okay.
Did
Mirza.
you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Did you hear me? Because I know you asked me first, but
yeah,
then it froze. Oh, okay.
yeah.
And
I
it
got
kicked
you.
me out. Okay.
Now let's change my order.
I'm good, Mirtha. I'm good.
Mirza, you're good. Okay, Asanisha. Yes, yes. Let me see. I think you answered around here. Nope, you did not answer here. Nisha, nothing. Andrea, I haven't heard a lot from you today, but how are we doing? Oh no, just changed my order again. Andrea said yes here. Liz, are we understanding? Are we getting this? Let's see. There you go. Yes, Franco, yes. And then Parker, I got two Parkers, so let's wait for the second Parker to get in. Second Parker, how are you doing with this? We have two Parkers here. Yeah, I just kicked that. Okay, but you're back. So you get it? Perfect. So I asked each and every one of you guys because I want to make sure that we move if most of you, in this case all of you, get it. So I'm gonna do a few more and yeah, and we're gonna finish it early because you're doing really good. Okay, let's see which one. As we go as we go down, they get kind of simpler. Let's see this one. There's another word for adjustment, and it's called write-off. So let me show you here. As we start doing more things, more words come to mind. Hey, different color. I'll do many things at the same time. This is go. You can see that better. Okay, so this doesn't look good. Give me 1 second. Let me clear the whole thing, put it down, just put my black thing here so I can write. Okay, now I got it. So here it says a billing. Well, good question. Can you see my screen? I didn't check first. Yes, I think you can see it. You should be able to see it. Can you see it real quick, people in the chat? Yes, yes, no, no. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, here it says a billing and coding specialist working for the office of a participating provider who accepts assignment charges of 40 for a office visit. The patient pays $5 copay and has met his deductible. If the allowable amount is 35 and the insurance payment is 35, how much can the provider write off? So the section that says write off, it's the same as an adjustment. So adjustment or write off. This question is about adjustment. So you are going to do what? You are going to do adjustment. I have to do it in white so you can see it. Adjustment. And adjustment equals what? Charge. Do the whole thing. You know, you can put charges, okay, and doesn't matter. Let's do in this color. Charges were 40. The allowed amount was 35, and then you got like, oh my god, but I don't have the deductible. Well, deductible it says that it's 0, and then oh my god, I don't have the co-insurance. Co-insurance you do not have, yeah. And if you don't have the co-insurance, then you cannot answer the question that is asking you about co-insurance, and then co-payment was $5. Okay, so even if you do that and you go like, I don't know the co-insurance, well, the formula that you need is the one for adjustment because write-off is exactly the same thing as adjustment. So this section is the only one that you need to do. Okay, understood? Again, that is easier because you only have to do the adjustment, But it's kind of complicated if you go and see, I don't have the co-insurance, so you don't need it. And I see people that really fast answer how much it was, so kind of a simple question. So I'm gonna have these questions. I'm gonna give you this question probably tomorrow again, but as an assignment, I'm gonna give you all of them. Most of them are single questions, but then a question back to back will ask. One will ask the adjustment. One might ask the co-insurance for another one or whatever. They're gonna be all mixed up. But most of the time you have to do the three things: the patient insurance, the insurance payment, the patient's payment, and the adjustment for all of them. So I think it's kind of fairly simple, but you know I just don't know if it gets more complicated than this. It's not gonna be. Hey, let me stop this again. It says that we have 17 people, but we have Parker twice, so we have 16. Let me check real quick who is here and who's not. Okay, so real quick, Mirta, Kamika, Martha, Christian, Jaeli, Monique, it's Lane, Nisha, Parker, Les, Frank, Andrea. Anders is not here. Vanessa, Garelis. Oh, is Williams here? Williams is not. Where's Williams? Okay, so Williams is the only one that's missing. Wait, no. Did she email me? Someone emailed me. Nope. Okay, so any questions? Any questions on math? Oh, good. No. Everyone has their books. I think this is the last chance for this. Yes. Books. Yes. Over here. Yeah, only the two books. Yes. Only the two. Question. Yes, I have my books. Yes.
Okay. We're supposed to have our other books now too?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah, the two, because with those I will be able to open the things that are gonna be on the computer. So I'm gonna open it. We're gonna do it tomorrow. So tomorrow we're gonna get our books and then have a little session on getting into Cengage and creating your account on Cengage, and then doing some work with it. So because it gets complicated, I'm gonna take the first part of the class just to do that, just to make sure that everyone gets in. So I'm gonna show you how to do it, and then after we create the account and we can get into the work, then I'll start assigning work. So this weekend you'll have a few things to do on the if something happens and we cannot do it, we'll still have the the math problems for you guys to do. So this weekend you have a few things to do, and then after that we're gonna continue doing the work little by little. But like I said before, you got this really fast, all of you. So I'm really pleased. I hope to do this one more time a little bit tomorrow, and you're gonna practice this over the weekend, and then moving forward, almost at the end, we're gonna have another session. It's not gonna be the whole class, but at least half of a class to practice this again, almost when you are uh, heading out to take your certification exam. So you have it fresh and you practice and you see every single option. So I'll show you every option one more time, from super simple to super complicated, and then with that you should be able to answer every question, and then that's the first part. And so that's 10% of your exam. Then there's like 30% that is coding. So we're talking about that you already have half of your grade uh, in the bag, because you're gonna use your books to do the coding, and you're gonna use this. So that's another thing. That when you get your books, the other books that you need, we're gonna practice coding. We're gonna do that for also for a couple of days. So the rest will be for you to understand the concepts, and for that I'll give you the terms, the 200 terms that I promised at the beginning of the class. I'll give you that. Study through it, and be good. Last 2 weeks are gonna be intense. We're gonna go over every single thing that's gonna be in the exam in 4 modules of our review that I have for you guys. Practice with math and practice with coding, and then we're gonna be ready for the exam. So we're doing good. You guys are doing good. So thank you for that. I think that's it for today. Anyone has anything else, then I will be here. If not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow.